You wake up before your alarm again, not because you're excited, not because you're rested. Your body just knows the routine. It's learned the rhythm. Workday, paycheck coming, bills leaving. You lie there for a moment doing the math in your head. It's the same math you do every morning. How much is left? What's due next? How many days until payday? You tell yourself you're doing fine. You have a job. You get paid regularly. Your income is higher than it was 5 years ago. On paper, everything looks like progress. But somehow, every month feels tight. Every surprise expense feels dangerous. And no matter how much more you earn, the feeling never really goes away. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why. And why this isn't bad luck or poor discipline. It's a cycle. And once you see it, you'll recognize it everywhere. Let me introduce you to Mark. He's 36 years old. He makes $72,000 a year. That's solid, above average in most places. Mark gets paid twice a month. Before taxes, each paycheck is about $3,000. After taxes and deductions, it's closer to $2,200. Mark feels comfortable when that money hits his account, for about a day. Then the cycle starts moving. Rent pulls $1,400. Utilities and internet take another $180. Car payment, insurance, and gas eat up $520. Groceries and food average $450. Subscriptions, phone, and small monthly charges quietly drain another $150. By the time the dust settles, Mark has less than $100 left. And that's assuming nothing unexpected happens. Here's the important part. Mark doesn't feel poor. He has a decent apartment, he drives a reliable car, he eats out occasionally. He's doing what society calls well. The system isn't punishing him, it's rewarding him just enough to keep him calm. This is the paycheck cycle. Money comes in at predictable intervals, money leaves immediately through obligations that feel normal, justified, even responsible. What's left is too small to change anything, so the next paycheck becomes essential, not optional. The cycle works because it feels stable. Your brain interprets consistency as safety. As long as the paychecks keep arriving, you don't feel urgency. You feel managed. The system doesn't need to scare you. It just needs to keep you dependent. And here's where it gets subtle. No one ever tells Mark, you're not building wealth. They tell him he's doing the right things. Pay your bills, upgrade gradually, enjoy life a little. So Mark assumes wealth is something that happens later, after the next raise, after the next promotion. But every increase in income brings a matching increase in commitments. A slightly better apartment, a newer car, a few more conveniences. Each upgrade feels harmless on its own. Together, they lock in the cycle. The paycheck isn't the problem. The predictability is. When all your money is already assigned before it arrives, you're not earning freedom. You're maintaining a pattern. And patterns don't break themselves. The paycheck doesn't just pay bills. It shapes decisions. When you know money is coming on a schedule, you build a life that assumes it always will. Expenses don't feel risky when they're spread out. Monthly payments soften the impact. Nothing hurts all at once, so nothing triggers alarm.
This is the cycle's first advantage. It turns long-term consequences into short-term comfort. Think about how Mark's life changed as his income grew. When he made $45,000, he lived carefully. When he crossed $60,000, things loosened. At $72,000, he felt established. None of those steps were reckless. They were logical. Each one made life a little easier, and each one quietly reduced his margin. Economists call this lifestyle inflation, but that makes it sound accidental. It isn't. The entire consumer economy is built to absorb your raises before you ever feel them. Better housing, better financing options, better subscriptions, better convenience. Every dollar of increased income is immediately given somewhere to go. So when people say, just earn more, they miss the point. More income doesn't break the cycle. It usually deepens it. This is why people with wildly different salaries often feel the same financial pressure. The person earning $40,000 worries about groceries and rent. The person earning $140,000 worries about mortgages, tuition, and payments they can't unwind. Different numbers, same dependency. The cycle becomes most obvious when you imagine stepping out of it. Ask yourself this honestly. If your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how long could you last? Not emotionally, financially. 1 month? 2? Maybe 3 if nothing goes wrong? If the answer feels uncomfortable, that's not failure, that's design. The paycheck cycle creates a strange contradiction. You feel secure because money arrives regularly, but you're fragile because it's already spoken for. You're not poor, you're committed, and commitments don't leave room for leverage. This is where wealth and income separate. Income is what flows through you. Wealth is what stays when the flow stops. Most people spend their lives optimizing income while neglecting the gap. That gap is the only place wealth can form. It's the space between what you earn and what you're obligated to spend. If that space doesn't exist, nothing accumulates, no matter how impressive the paycheck looks. The cycle survives because it's quiet. It doesn't announce itself as a trap. It presents itself as normal adulthood, stable job, managed finances, predictable life. But predictability cuts both ways. It gives comfort, and it removes options. Breaking the cycle doesn't require quitting your job or rejecting modern life. It starts with a shift in what you measure. Stop asking how much you earn. Start asking how much you keep uncommitted. Stop celebrating raises alone. Pay attention to whether your required expenses rise faster than your freedom. The moment you create even a small buffer, something changes. Decisions feel lighter. Risk feels possible. You stop negotiating from desperation. That's not wealth yet. That's leverage. And leverage is where wealth begins. The paycheck cycle isn't evil. It's efficient. It keeps economies running and people predictable. But it was never designed to make you free. Once you understand that, the cycle loses its grip because awareness changes behavior, and behavior, repeated long enough, changes outcomes. You don't escape the cycle by earning more. You escape it by stepping out of its rhythm. And once you do, you'll never look at a paycheck the same way again.